Surprise, motherfucker.
Yes, guys, it is Wednesday. Welcome to the most massive show on Cardiff City World, nay, is Podcast Nation. This is your Fleur Hour. I am Rob. I am joined by the hunk from Hengard, Mr. Matthew Angel. How the devil are you, my friend?
I'm very well, mate. I'm very well. I still sound a bit full up with it, mine, but yeah, all good, but all good. Looking forward to getting back to watching Cardiff City now. Although it's been a great couple of weeks watching the Welsh team. And to be honest, I've watched probably since Bellamy's taken over. I don't know whether it's just a pull of it because it's Craig Bellamy. I don't know. I've watched a bit more of it. So, yeah, it's exciting times as a Welsh football fan, I think. But
yeah, 100%, mate. We'll obviously go into a bit of detail shortly as well. But yeah, it feels right, doesn't it, at the moment? And I don't like to slag previous managers off. Page was dealt a hand by a certain person who I can't even bother to name him. And I think he done the best he possibly could in those circumstances. So onwards and upwards, my friend. We are going up. So
I think obviously with the results that obviously the results went in our favour last night. Turkey couldn't obviously manage to get a result out in Montenegro. So yeah, it was happy days last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, Montenegro shirt has been ordered, ready. So thank you to them for doing the job. No, look, international football has changed massively. I know you don't watch a huge amount of internationals and whatnot, but the lesser clubs have come on leaps and bounds compared to what it was 5, 10 years, 15 years ago, whatever it is. The gap is closing in on the elite, if you like, and you won't see these 6-7-0s anymore. Very rare anyway. Jesus Christ, hell, even San Marino got promoted to the next table up, like, so it just goes to show, and I think that's only good for football fans, that it's not so one-sided anymore. Iceland, Jesus, 10, 15 years ago, they were just whipping boys of international football with, like, they obviously had Eidur Johnson, who obviously his boy played from last night, which is mad. But that was it. Like, that was their mainstay, and they weren't never that. They were never trouble at the teams, and obviously they beat in England. So, it just goes to show how much international football has kicked on, which I think is great for anyone, to be honest with you.
Especially for Welsh football in general. Now you think you're going up into the next. What's the word I'm looking for? Into the next league, then, should we say? Obviously, next tier, then, should we say? Against the bigger nations, which is obviously is going to be the games are going to be a lot more difficult. Obviously, it was a difficult enough group this time round, but it can only be good for the future of Welsh football, playing the likes of England, Brazil, France, those types of nations on a more regular basis. So we're hopefully then, when we do qualify for European tournaments, or lo and behold, the World Cup, for example, then at least we should be more prepared for them bigger teams. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, 100% agree, mate. The thing is, like, Wales won't learn anything from beating your San Marinos and things like that on a weekly basis, on a regular international basis. The only time they're going to learn and improve is when they are pipped against the big boys, like the proper, like your Spains, your Germanys, etc. You obviously mentioned a few already. That's when you get to see where Wales are at. And that's where you can see the boys develop, because it's no good just playing against semi-professional teams all the time. And I know, maybe I contradict myself, I know I've said, obviously teams are improving, but at the same time, I'll be playing against competitive teams as well. So I think it's great. They've done a fantastic job. I must admit, I was disappointed, maybe if you could use that phrase, that term, with the performance in Turkey. You obviously had a game plan, Bellamy did, and it worked. It obviously worked because obviously Wales got through. But I would have liked to have seen a bit more from him in Turkey, but that's just me being a overachiever wannabe. But
they've done well out in Turkey, really. Obviously, that missed penalty as well was. Don't think it wasn't a penalty anyway, was it? So
no,
I think Karma come back and bit him on the backside big time there. So all in all, successful campaign. I think, I don't know if you've seen the interview last night, but they asked him what's he going to do up until March now, until obviously the next.
No, I haven't seen this.
But he was like, I don't know what to do. He's saying I have to find something to do though to keep me busy. But I just like the way he speaks after interviews as well. After games and in the interviews and things, he's open, he's honest. You can see the passions there. I just love everything about him. I've always liked Bellamy anyway, because like I'm a Liverpool and obviously a Cardiff fan, so that ties there with him anyway. And yeah, most successful start of any Welsh manager, I believe. So let's hopefully that continues for many more months. Six games unbeaten now, is it?
Yeah, 6 unbeaten, mate. So that's a fantastic start. And some really good results, let's be honest. When, after the last regime ended, it could have gone either way. And let's not get ahead of ourselves. Obviously, football changes very, very quickly. But we got to ride the waves, enjoy it while we're enjoying it, while it's good, and we go from there. So I was very pleased with last night, the way they responded after going 1-0 down so early.
It didn't look as if there was any panic. Sometimes when teams go 1-0 down, they can seem to force things, but there didn't seem to be any panic there, did it?
No, I didn't. No, you're absolutely right, mate. They didn't go all bull at the gate and just try and get that equaliser as quick as possible. They broke Iceland down. They passed them from side to side, took the legs away from them a little bit, and gradually brought themselves back into the game, and obviously kicked on from there. And then, it's easy for me to sit here and say this now, but when they got that equaliser, I could feel that there was only going to be one winner then. And that's one thing I'd like to talk about as well. I know, obviously, we're predominantly a Cardiff City-based channel and show, etc., but massive credit to Liam Cullen last night. I thought he was outstanding. That performance he put in was the sort of performances he's been doing against Cardiff for the last few seasons, I think, personally.
Yeah. Porter's goal, one of his goals, weren't he?
Yeah, 100%. And, being in the right place at the right time for that flick on for the equaliser. He got the assist as well for Harry Wilson. And he maybe had 2 assists potentially. Oh, no, he didn't. No, yeah, it was 1 assist, wasn't it? But yeah, I thought he was outstanding, to be honest with you. It does pay me a little bit to say it, but got to give credit where it's due, mate. He was class. And he shows why, and this is no poo-poo on Ruben by any stretch of imagination, but, no, they aren't necessarily tit for tat in terms of positions because they are a little bit different, but he shows why he deserves to be in our squad, in our starting lineup. And Bellamy's a big fan, mate. He's a huge fan of it.
Yeah, I'm all for that. I just don't believe Ruben have had the opportunity to show it at that level yet. To be, I suppose, you know what it's like in football. You've got to be ready to take your chance, and I think we've talked about it a little bit this year with Rinomhota, with Cardiff. How professional he's been in the sense that he's been in the background for large parts of the time he's been at Cardiff City, but when he has been called upon, he's slotted in and he's done a job for us. So I think in football, sometimes you don't get a break until somebody gets injured, perhaps, and is about being then ready, focused, step in and do a job. I think the only downside to international football is you only have the games here and there.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can feel like Ruben's out in the wilderness and he hasn't had the opportunity, but the games are few and far between. So from a Cardiff City point of view, I was quite happy they didn't put him on last night towards the end, really. Just so he's fit, ready for Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday. But from my point of view, he just needs to, keep performing the way he's performing at the moment for Cardiff. And, if he keeps doing that, up until March, then I think, he's doing all he can his end to, put his hand up, really.
Yeah, well, that's what it's all about. And it kind of annoyed me a little bit on what reads from the comments. Some certain Cardiff fans are saying that Bellamy's got a vendetta against him and things like that. Yeah, I don't think he's got a vendetta against him in the slightest. Bellamy's a clever guy and he's a Cardiff fan. I'm not saying that would lead his decision to pick Cardiff players. Clearly not, because there was a hell of a lot of Swansea and or ex-Swansea based players in that squad yesterday, in our starting lineup yesterday. He's picked a team which he thinks that is good enough to beat Iceland at the end of the day, and obviously it worked. But no, I absolutely agree with you, mate. Ruben's got to step up now, grab the game and literally have the best end of the season he possibly can to make sure he's still... I think
he's been Cardiff's, for me, he's been Cardiff's best player. So, he can't have done any more at the moment. But like I said, he just haven't had his opportunity, really, to do it at international level. No doubt that opportunity will come. And when it does come, he just needs to grab that with both hands, doesn't he?
Yeah, 100%. What was I going to say? Just last couple of things on Wales before we move on to Cardiff, if we may. Paul, a couple of comments from Paul. Down right where Nico was, I thought was difficult in the first half. That left-sided attacking Baldy guy, the free caused so many problems for us, but second half he tired and Nico turned attack. Yeah, he did. The left-hand side of Iceland looked very dangerous. And I don't know whether it's because Brennan weren't tracking back enough at the start. Maybe, I'm not too sure. And Nico obviously loves to attack. So the mixture of the two, I think that's a cause for concern potentially, which may have led to the early goal. But the engine and the enthusiasm of the two obviously kicked on then and wanted a little bugger out come the end of it. The last one on Wales. Keepers, Darlow or Ward?
I thought Ward had a couple of decent saves last night, to be fair, especially when it was, the scores were still quite, when they were still in the game. Should he have done better with their goal? Probably, if I'm honest. He was a good first save, wasn't it? And then he kind of megged him then on the follow-up. But yeah, I don't know. I think if we're honest and we think we got to look towards the future, and how many more years is Danny Ward going to be around? I don't know how old he is, but I think he's coming towards the end of his career now, rather than starting his career, and I'm not sure about Darlow. I'm not sure how old
Darlow's not a nipper either, mate. He's late 20s, early 30s, I believe. Rhys Evans will probably correct me, but he's not a spring chicken. Oh, yeah, Jonathan Davis says, yeah, Darlow is older than Ward. So, this shouts to me then that we got to start looking at those under-21 keepers for the next round. Even just get them in the squad potentially just to be around the seniors, just to get that game time experience. Because, yeah, those boys haven't got long left. 2 or 3, maybe got one more campaign in them potentially before they start to deteriorate performance-wise. So you've got to think that you've got to start looking at younger keepers than that because, we had along Wayne Hennessy, for example, was he now 34, 35 years of age? It's only been this last 18 months or so that he's not been in the fold whatsoever for Wales. So that is, and that's even more of a point really that we could do with a new keeper join the fold, a young keeper join the fold. In fairness,
how good is Harry Wilson at the moment, Matt? He's incredible.
Outstanding, mate. Outstanding. He looks so good, doesn't he? He's so talented.
That goal he scored, fair play, hell of a finish.
Oh, mate, he's in such a rich vein of form at the moment. He's doing well for Fulham at the moment as well. So, he is literally on a proper Bill Purple patch at the minute with his performances. So, and it's just great for him to see him carry into a Welsh shirt. And to be honest, mate, obviously, Harry Wilson's been around for a little while now in the Welsh camp. Obviously, maybe a little bit overshadowed by Bale, Ramsey, etc. I think he's enjoying being the main man, like the star at the moment. I know Brennan Johnson is kind of one or two others, obviously playing at a high level, but from a creativity point of view, he is like the star boy at the moment, isn't he? And I think he's loving that, mate. He's loving the fact that he's the main guy. He's Mr. Wales right now, if you like. So, long way to continue, mate. So,
another one I wanted to ask you your opinion on is another Swansea player, unfortunately, but he came off the bench yesterday after obviously coming out of retirement. Joe Allen, what did you make of his performance yesterday?
Do you know what? Like, it's mad because there's, I don't even say soft spot, but like, I put my Welsh head on one of his Welsh internationals. I'm, as a lot of you already know, I'm massive into my Welsh international football, and I am. Maybe that makes me less of a Cardiff fan. I don't know, but I'm able to switch off from that rivalry. Like, I love Ben Davies. I used to love Ashley Williams, Joe Allen. Like, he was, in that era with late great Guy Speed and obviously Coleman coming in, he was one of the main reasons Wales was so successful at that time. And it is great to see him back. I can't see him having many minutes. I don't think he will. He's there more so. He'd be like an Aaron Ramsey now going forward, that he's there for morale and he's great to just bring off the bench just to chill things down, relax. Like I said in the chat, I called it, Joe Allen coming on, and he did. When it started to get a bit sticky, when Iceland was starting to come in before Wales kicked on to our next gear, he came in and he just didn't have to make a few tackles, but it relaxed the kids around him. It relaxed like your Brennan Johnsons, your Harry Wilsons, etc. It relaxed them and calmed them down. Even the seniors like Ben Davies, what I thought, right, I got my old mate Joe here. He's been in, done it, bought the t-shirt. He's been in this 10 times over, and he can relax a bit and not panic. So I think with someone's experience like that, if you can have him in a squad and he's fit, then have him in there, personally.
Is it, thinking about the future then, and Rambo becoming back fit, obviously Rambo's been hasn't come out and said he doesn't want to play international football. I think he still wants to do as much as he can. Do you see there room for both of them in Welsh squads then, do you think?
What's a great question.
Or would you like to see younger people being given the opportunity? I understand what you're saying about Joe Allen, but surely Aaron Ramsey's going to be exactly the same then, isn't it?
You're absolutely. No, you're absolutely right, mate. That's a fantastic question, to be honest. I don't think there's room for both of them. I don't think it's fair. Like, I know it might sound harsh. I'm not a huge fan of Josh Sheehan. I know he's not a kid. I'm not a huge fan. I'm not convinced he's international quality personally. But Bellamy seems to like him a hell of a lot. But I don't think it's fair then to leave like Jordan James behind, for example. Is Joe Allen more fitted to be in a team than Liam Cullen or Joe Cullen, whatever his name is? And it's difficult. I think one stays behind me. I think one stays, one goes, personally. And don't ask me which one because I don't know.
No, we let Bellamy's getting paid more than us to make those decisions. Going back to the interview that I watched last night, and I thought it was a great touch because he was talking about how strong the squad are together on the field, off the field. And I think he was saying last night, I'm not sure if it was an interview after the game last night or one leading up to the game, but I think he said one of the backroom staff had a close family member pass away. And a group of the guys had all said, they all wanted to do something or donate something in memory of this person's member of the family. And he just said that, and that's the type of people I'm working with at the moment. They're so together. Do you know what I mean? And it was just good to hear that. Obviously not the news about the poor person passing away, but just how strong they are together, not only on the field, but off the field as well. Just really seems to be a good environment there at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's the thing, mate. They built, I don't like to call it a gimmick, but this together stronger philosophy some 8 years ago, 10 years ago now maybe, and it's lovely to see it still carry on. And I'm sure this sort of thing happened in previous years prior to that, but it became so apparent in the last 10 years. The whole together stronger, the red wall. There's such a unity of it. Hell, even so much so, you see nations like England trying to copy what Wales's DNA is at the moment, with how they go about things. So, yes, we are a small nation, but a close nation as well, and it's great. I love stuff like that. Obviously, not about the passing, obviously, but it's great that they are so together and keeping that bond going, mate, because when the bond's strong, results are strong as well. That's as far as I see it, mate. But
27,000 fans there on a cold night at Cardiff City Stadium as well last night. It's not a bad turnout for a Tuesday night, is it?
No, 100%, mate. It's they were great. They were a bit subdued first 10, 15 minutes, especially after the goal. But they were loud and proud, mate. The anthem. I love it when they go a cappella or like that. I wish that the Rugby International would do that as well, but that's a different story altogether. I just think it sounds so
podcast.
Good.
We won't talk about Welsh rugby on you.
Yeah. I ain't talking about. I'm not divulging my time into Welsh rugby union at the moment, but no, very happy, mate. Very happy. So switching gears then slightly before we move on. Saturday, Sheffield Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday away, yeah. It's an away game, innit? Which obviously I don't think we've won an away game. I think somebody put it in the. I think Paul mentioned something earlier. I don't think we've won an away game since April. I think that's what he put in the group earlier. Now, my memory's not the best, but if that is the case, then no away game's easy anyway. But no game in the championship is easy. But obviously, I think Sheffield Wednesday are around about 15th in the league. we are back down in the relegation zone, 22nd. It's still close. You win Saturday, you probably go up to about 18th, 17th, 18th. But I'm fairly confident we can go to Sheffield Wednesday and pick up a result. Really, it'd be interesting to see if we've picked up any injuries from players being out on international duty. So I'd be looking forward to
Ruben hasn't.
No. It'd be interesting to see his press conference now. That'll probably be out lunchtime tomorrow. No doubt we'll have an update then on injuries that we've already sustained and got. I don't think Joe Rolls is far away. I don't think Rambo's far away. So hopefully they're back in the mix now for their fixtures coming up over Christmas, because they'll be thick and fast. But hopefully we'll go to Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday at full strength and pick up a decent performance, really.
I'm trying to think of players that might have been away. Seal.
Callum O'Dowd,
yeah. Turnbull didn't, because he didn't go out with Australia, did he? Not Turnbull, sorry, Robertson.
No, he's. I think he's having an eye as to what he wants to do, because I think he's got a few different options. But I always find it weird that he's represented Australia already, haven't he? So you shouldn't be able to switch alliances. Then I don't think. But
was he waiting for Scotland?
Yeah, I think so. If it saves him travelling halfway around the world, I'd prefer him to switch, to be honest.
Yeah, that's right. Obviously, good old Uncle Gav. Obviously represented the Jocks, but I thought I was right in saying he'd represented Australia already, but
I'm not sure if it was perhaps just in friendlies, perhaps not recognised internationals. I don't know.
I don't think that even matters anymore, mate. There's been, over the years, players who's played competitive games for their nations and end up switching, which I think is ridiculous. That's a whole different conversation altogether, in fairness, because I hate that.
Didn't Declan Rice do it?
Yeah, Declan Rice and Jack Grealish.
And Giggs done it, didn't he? He played schoolboys for England and that.
Yeah, and it's like, where's the cut-off? Like, all right, schoolboys, all right, I can kind of get, but there's got to be a cut-off. Even in the 21s, potentially, but then senior players, when you get the senior team, even friendlies, that should be it. Like, you've made your bed, don't lie in it. Stephen Gorka, Jonathan Davis says, Mikel Antonio, was it Mikel, his first name? Michael Antonio, the West Ham striker. I think he had 2 appearances for England. Now he was representing Jamaica. It's just wild. Like, it's mad. You failed at the country that you went to first of all. So you thought, bugger it, let's go to a lesser country, which I think is just bonkers. That's a different conversation, mate. Because I'll be here all night talking about that rubbish.
Yeah, so obviously there's a strong link between the two clubs, Cardiff, Sheffield Wednesday. Going back, obviously, Callum Patterson, we signed him back in 2017-18, if I remember rightly, as an attacking right back, if I remember. But obviously Warnock ended up putting him up front.
He said he was shit at defending.
But obviously he's gone to play for Sheffield Wednesday now. I think he's a bit of a cult hero there as well. I think they really like him. I liked him as a Cardiff player, if I'm honest. And I was disappointed when he went, but that's football. Other players, Mark McGuinness went there for that loan, didn't he? And he come back a different player.
Yeah, Kadeem Harris went there.
Will Vokes, I think, went there.
Will Vokes. That's something I use a quiz at my name some players who's playing for Cardiff and Sheffield Wednesday.
Didn't that Ugbo?
Ugbo, yeah, well, Rhys.
Patterson, I'm guessing that is it?
Patterson. I thought you meant Alexander Pato, the AC Milan striker.
Yeah, didn't Will Vokes score the own goal when we beat them, come back from behind, beat them 2-1? last year. Glenn Logan, what a player he was back in his day. What a player.
Agbo still is.
Yeah.
Is Agbo on loan there, or was he signed permanent?
I think he's still on loan, but I'm not 100% sure.
Dan Percy. Percy replied to me on X, please, bad. Dan Percy played for Sheffield Wednesday.
But I think we got 3 games left now in November, which are 3 big games. I think they're all big games.
Agbo went permanent this summer.
Oh, there you go. They're all big games now, especially when we're in the position we are, 22nd in the league. But obviously Sheffield Wednesday away, Queen's Park Rangers at home on a cold Wednesday evening at Cardiff City Stadium, and then Coventry City away. So I think we need to pick up at least 6 points out of those 9, I would like to think. I don't know what your thoughts are, but if we can pick 6 points. October, I know we had 2 blips before the international break, but I think if we're all open and honest, I think October, he's done an incredible job, in fairness. And I still think it's bonkers that we haven't tied him down, really, but we'll come on to that perhaps in a little bit. But, what do you see out of the next 3 games, Matt?
Yeah, I think Mr. Davis sums it well. 7 points from 3 games, I think, is, I don't want to say a must, but I think it's crucial that we look at that as the options, especially with Coventry, because we've got a great chance now, because apparently they're going to be having Frank Lampard as the manager, so that'll give us a hell of a chance, because he's bound to screw that up. But no,
we do pretty well away at Coventry as well. I think the last couple of times I've been up there to watch it with Josh, I think we've won the last 2 up there as far as I can remember. Though, the last 2 times I've taken my boy up to watch him, we've won there. So I don't know. I might have to get a late ticket perhaps and drive up and make it 3 out of 3.
I mean, you text your Macca to sort you out another one?
No, I haven't this time actually, because Josh got a little bit anxious last time. You obviously know Josh and his anxieties and that, but obviously I'll tell the story for those in the chat. But Ben Wilson is very good friends with a friend of mine, Rhys Cleverly, who's a groundsman down at Cardiff City Stadium. And in fairness, Rhys got in touch with Ben. Ben sent Joshua a lovely video message.
Beautiful.
Probably this time last year, around Christmas time.
Yeah, it was.
Asking him if he wanted to go up and watch Cardiff and Coventry. And, it was brilliant. We went up, we met him outside the ground. He gave him a signed pair of gloves. He was asking Josh about school, about his football, how's he doing and things. And it was brilliant. Really, he didn't have to do that. He went above and beyond then, should we say. And that's something I'll never forget, because, little things like that for your kids and the smile on his face, and that was priceless. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The tickets he had sorted for us, though, were in the Coventry end. So, Josh got a little bit anxious because I think we went in 1-0 down, we was 1-0 down, and I think they scored 2 own goals. I think. Is it Kitchen? I think one of the defenders was called Kitchen, I think, and he scored 2 own goals. Well, anytime Cardiff had the ball, I'm on the edge of my seat, of course. When you're in the Coventry end, then Josh was getting a little bit nervous, I think. But, a couple of minutes after half-time, he was like, Dad, I don't feel very well. Can we go now? So we didn't end up seeing out the whole game, but it's just another away day experience with my boy and things like that. You always remember. Like, it was brilliant.
Oh, 100%. The main thing is he got up in the first place, isn't it? And go there to experience it. So that's a big win in itself. Like, so, but yeah, obviously I know Joshy boy very well. So the fact he was up there and experienced his class, like, so. But what was I going to say? What's that?
I said, speak of the devil, and he appears.
He is my Joshy boy. I feel like I haven't seen him in months.
Said, pull your finger up, Rob. Rob said he hasn't seen him for ages. So you'll see him on Sunday. Well, tomorrow at training, actually. It's going to be a cold one tomorrow, but
it's going to be chilly on the little nipples tomorrow, my friend.
Yes.
Jonathan Davis says Liam Kitchen is still here. He's on the bench lately. Yeah. His plays like a repeat for Duffy came close. That was good.
I think Ben Wilson's actually injured at the moment as well. I had parents' evening for my oldest daughter last week. And as I was walking out, there was a chap there with a Coventry gilet on. So I was talking to him about it. And yeah, he said Ben Wilson's been out injured at the moment. So, yeah, Rhys David Evans said good evening to you as well. But he's got a big smile on his face, Rhys.
Has he just got gas?
Probably, yeah.
So, should we go for predictions for Saturday?
Yes, I'm going 2-1 Cardiff. I'm not sure. I haven't heard no injury updates on Callum Robinson. I'm hoping that now, obviously, I think they've been trying to manage his Achilles injury. So hopefully a couple of weeks rest for him has done him the world of good. Hopefully he's ready to come back in now and hit the ground running, because I think before the last two games, he's been on fire really for us, really. Yeah, so Callum Robinson and Ollie Tanner. I'm going for 2 goals.
I'm going to go... I was thinking about going same as you little turd. I will go 3-1 Cardiff. And I'm going to go Darland, El Ghazi, and can't get the score.
CO still haven't got off the mark yet, have he? He's got to be doing one of these.
Nah. I'm not. The reason I didn't pick CO is because I'm not expecting to play because of his international commitments this week. So that's why I've not got CO. Otherwise, I would have. And for a fact, right? For 1 week, I've not sent CO to score. He's going to bastard score, isn't he? You just know it.
I don't think he starts anyway, to be honest. Even if we didn't have the international break then, and he had the full squad to choose from, unfortunately, I don't think he makes the starting 11 at the moment. Not when Turnbull and Robertson are playing as well as they are together. I think the longer we can keep that partnership, going forward, then the better it will be for us, I think.
Fine. Jonathan Davis, I'll go Dimmy to score then. So I go 3-1, you go 2-1. And
get your comments in the chat, guys. What's your score predictions for the weekend?
So while we're waiting for those, I know we said this was only going to be an half-hour one, but because I'm not very well myself, but screw it. It's Wednesday. It's Fleur Hour. It's quiz night, baby. So what we thought I'd do is a cheeky little quiz about Wales international. So only a quick one, like 5 questions, something like that. A bit of who am I, and a bit of just general quiz mess for you beautiful people. Jeff says 1-1. Rhys says we got to take something home. I don't know what he means.
You've got to read the previous comment first.
All right, here we go then. God, but defense 11 out. See how tight his options recently. That's me, that is. Jonathan Davis says Turnbull and the bastards. Colwell. Mint. Right. Any quiz miss to you? Let's do some questions, shall we?
Let's have a look at it.
Let's have it. It's all Welsh related, guys, girls, they, thems. It's all Welsh related, so no excuses. Apart from Jeff, I don't know how much Welsh you got left in you now, my friend. So let's start with who am I? I've played for Oxford United, Derby County, Nottingham Forest, and Sheffield United.
What was it? Oxford,
Derby, Galatasaray, and Sheffield United, amongst others. Whoop. Who the devil am I?
I'm hopeless on these ones.
Any guesses in the chats, kids?
Dean Saunders.
Shane Dino. Any advances, even if I can speak, on Dean Saunders? Where do you pluck that one from, out of curiosity?
Don't know, I was just trying to think of players who played abroad. Fair. I don't even know if he played abroad, to be honest. It was just guess.
Rhys says Saunders then before my time. Paul says Sparky, Mark Hughes. The original Sparky, not Mark Harris. Give it a couple seconds, see if there's any more.
Going back to Sparky, hell of a black eye, wasn't it, from that clash of heads?
Oh, cracking hell shiner that was. Absolute belt of a shiner.
He's doing well at Oxford, though, isn't he? And obviously he's proved that he's getting recognition for it. He's having international game time. So I'm, really pleased for him.
Yeah, he just needs to kick on a bit. He just needs to kick on a little bit. No, I think international level, there was times I think he looked out of his depth. Especially the Turkey game. He didn't know, he got in positions, and I just think he needs more time around the boys around him to know what the next movement is. So he was getting these attacking positions, and then he's like a deer in front of headlights and where to pass it next. So, but
yeah,
that will come hopefully. Jonathan Davis says Kadeem Harris. Paul says Speedo. It is in fact Mr. Dino Saunders, who played for Oxford United, Derby County, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Galatasaray, Forest, Sheffield United, Benfica, and Bradford City. Well done.
I'm happy with that. I leave now, I think.
You done very well there, mate. Must admit.
Process of elimination. Boom.
You done very well, mate. You surprised me. So we're switching up. Can you give me the youngest player to play for Wales?
Oh. Is it in our, since we've been watching?
It's not like 1930s. It's not 1930s. It's your age, but 1950s. Oof, John Fadera straight in with Gareth Bale.
I was going to say Gareth Bale. He's got to be up there. I mean, he can't be far off.
Any advances on Gareth Bale? Paul says Gareth Bale.
I don't know.
Jeff says Harry Wilson.
I don't know. I wouldn't have said Harry Wilson, to be honest.
But I heard you committed to Gareth Bale there, but
I think I have, but I don't think he's Harry Wilson.
No clue. Cardiff is my thing. Oh well, I'm lucky few Rhys there. Come on, Google. I want to know if I'm right.
Even Jonathan knows. Even Jonathan knows now.
What says Ethan Amber do? Right, I think we've drowned this out long enough. It is, in fact, the King of Conway, Mr. Harry Wilson.
Oh,
for
was it?
16 years, 207 days.
How old is he now then?
Oh, Harry Wilson.
Yeah.
He is 27 years of age.
Bloody hell, I didn't realise he'd been around as long as he had, like.
Yeah, and to be fair, I don't think Bale, I think Bale was, I'm not sure of the exact date, but I think Bale was like close to 17 years of age when he scored his first goals. So yeah, that's kind of there is sort of one with that. Next, who am I? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one of these, who am I, and do another, get the question thing, and we'll call it a night then, if that's all right with you.
That's good with me.
Seize up a little bit now. Right. So, who am I? I have played for, what should we do? Newcastle United, West Ham United, and Cardiff City. Stop looking at the comments, you prick.
I can't help it, they're there, innit? So I'm not going to say it now.
Joe Davis says straight with Bellamy. Jeff says Bellas. Angel says Bellas.
I suppose he's had a few clubs, obviously, but any of the clubs you would have named would have linked him in.
Yeah, I tried. Yeah, Paul says Bellamy as well. Of course, it is Craig Bellamy. He is ex-Norwich, Coventry, Newcastle, Blackburn, Liverpool, West Ham United, Manchester City, and of course, most importantly, Cardiff City. I tried to eliminate some of the other teams that might have made it more easier, but I'll tell you what, I will do one more. I'll finish actually with one more. Who am I? If I may.
You may.
I've played for Stockport County and Everton.
Kevin Radcliffe. No. You pick Cardiff as well? I'll go with Kevin Radcliffe.
I've played for 3 teams, well, 4 including Wales, in my career.
Oh, that's a great shout, that is, Jonathan.
Big Nev.
He is Big Nev as well now, isn't he?
Oh, he's a big boy.
Legend, though. Probably a bit before our time, wasn't he, in fairness?
Oh, he's a miserable bugger. He was, though. I met him.
Was he?
Yeah. In fairness, I started talking to him when he was on the way to the toilet, so maybe that's why.
And probably he was 12 pints deep of Carl in his bed.
Yeah, that sounds about right too. Oh, we got divide. We got 2 for Neville Southall, 2 for Ashley Williams. Ooh. Who am I, Ange?
What did I say? Kevin Radcliffe.
Yeah, you went. And then you went, maybe Big Nev's a shout.
I can't divert from what I originally said as cheating.
Yeah, good boy.
You can only take your first answer.
Yeah, it is, in fact, former Welsh captain, ex-Stockport County, Jack Bastard, and Everton centre-half, Ashley Williams. That was a good one to finish, that.
It was.
I enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Right, we call it quits now, guys. If that's all right with you, I am in pain now. So thank you all so much for joining. Appreciate the comments, the likes, etc. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget, for a price of a cup of coffee a month, you can become an Ace Podcast Nation member as well, where you get early access to shows, events, and on Mondays and some of the nights as well. You do some Patreon nights.
Tomorrow, member show tomorrow night.
We're doing a member show tomorrow, actually. So if you sign up now, you get to see me and Matthew yet again tomorrow. But it's unscripted. It's not necessarily football related. It's not for the faint of heart, but it's a bloody good show. So I highly recommend those who are Patreon members already tune in. And if you haven't already, like I said, even if you join the minimum one, just jump on that, and it's worth it just for those little those Patreon shows that we do. It is a good crack. It is very interactive. It's good fun. It's just
no hold bars, isn't it?
It is no hold bars. Like Johnny will talk about whatever you want. We'll have a few topics in mind, but literally it's wherever the night takes us. Like whatever it is you all want to talk about, we'll talk about it. Like literally whatever it is. So, but no, look forward to seeing all of you, or most of you there at least, tomorrow night in the chat. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Angel.
I'm back with Rhys, David Evans on Saturday, 1927 podcast. We'll be going live at 1927.
For the second most see show on CardiffCityWorld.
hopefully we'll be there to discuss 3 points Cardiff have got in the bag.
100%.
But yeah, and obviously we'll give out a shout out tomorrow night as well. But yeah, thanks guys.
No, class. Can't wait for that. Like obviously, I'm sure a lot of you have seen Angel and Rhys to the shows on Saturday in the class. So highly recommend it. It's always good fun, very, very informative and very interactive. So get bloody on it, you little sausages. Without further ado, would you like to do it? Or would you already do it?
It's up to you, mate. Should we do it together?
Oh, have you got a timer though? Can you play with that?
What's that? 1, 2, 3. Apple flower.